Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, my name is Michael.
My name's Cleve.
And welcome back to another exciting episode of Friendship. We're the podcast that dares to ask, what would you do if you were hunting a lion and then out of nowhere an invisible monster destroyed everything in sight? And then just drowned itself in its blood. I loved that more than anything. Rip. Blood!
So there's so many parts that I was a fan of in this movie. Today we're talking about the Hulu original movie that came out August 5th, Prey, a prequel to the Predator series.
It's funny that we call it a prequel.
1719, wouldn't you?
I guess no, I don't think I would. Is it in a different time than, like, is it in a previous time than the others? Yes, but it has no, there's no consequences within this movie that are related to any other movie.
But what about the gun that they gave the chief at the end? That comes up in Predator 2.
Yeah, it's in one of the trophies.
Yeah, so
yeah, it's one of the trophies.
There you go.
But the weird thing about the weird thing about that is, how did the Predator? So then they're dead.
Oh yeah,
all those people are dead.
You didn't watch the little end credit animation?
Oh no, there was an end credit.
Well, no, not a scene.
Okay.
It was the caveman animation telling the story of the girl and what she had done, and then the last one is a bunch of ships fucking coming in. So.
Well, that's shitty because okay.
What do you want, Michael?
No,
what do you want?
Here's why. Okay, that's shitty because Danny Glover kills one. The other one doesn't say it, but there's a mutual respect that's basically, you've killed one of us. Congrats. Pick a trophy, and they allow Danny Glover to get a trophy. She killed one. She gets her trophy. Fuck off, Predators.
Maybe that rule wasn't installed yet. I'm not sure. I think this is the first time the Predators come to Earth. This is not the origins of the Predators. But I think it's first. And the only reason I say that is because in the movie, there are 2 or 3 scenes where the Predator is watching, like, our food chain. Like watching a mouse get hunted by, or watching a bug get hunted by a mouse that gets hunted by a snake.
Well, because he wants to find the apex. He wants to find, like, the top dog.
Right. And I mean, I guess you would have some sort of information had you been here before.
Fair. And he doesn't have as much technology. Like, he's not shooting laser beams instead of fucking arrows like he's shooting in this one. They're steel bolts.
They call it feral predator, and I don't like that name.
No.
I kept calling him primal predator because he's using primal technology that, you know.
I like that. I'd even go like primitive, but primal is perfectly fine. I agree. I don't think feral is the way I would have gone. Okay, so the only thing that would happen in the Predator universe that I think may predate, but could possibly not. I don't know they don't ever time it. Is Alien vs. Predator. They essentially said they used Earth as a hunting ground. They dropped xenomorphs like civilization times.
Right.
They were dropping xenomorphs into these different temple areas and then hunting down them.
Right.
Which is why they then came back in Aliens vs. Predator, and people were there and they're like, what the fuck? And it was like people versus Predator, and then aliens just happen to get in the way sometimes.
Yeah. Except for, the first one they worked together, didn't they?
Yeah.
And the second one, it was like, whatever. Just everybody fight.
Yeah.
Not that's what this is the road that we're going down. Yeah, I mean, if it is still in the canon timeline and it happens before, I mean, I think the only word for it is prequel.
I guess. I just don't. I don't see it as like
It's not separate.
related. I don't see them related. If it was like even like the Alien series, right? Like the Alien series does a really good job of at least trying to tie them all together. In some small way or another. Even Prometheus, which is a prequel and shows the the essential discovery of this species and then lays into the Alien series. I just don't see the connection that makes it a prequel rather than just it's another movie that also involves these things.
I don't know, man. That's what the director said. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, I guess you would know more than the director
Yeah, I would.
but I mean, it's so the prequel to Predator and Predator 2 and Alien vs. Predator and Alien vs. Predator 2 and Predators somewhere in there.
I never saw that one.
It didn't look good.
Didn't. That was with Key, right?
Yeah. And other people that were in that movie. This is starring Amber Midthunder. She's our main character. And Dakota Beavers plays her brother. It follows a Native American tribe just living their life and hunting. Naru wants to be a hunter. She doesn't want to do the typical female job, which is an interesting, like, I guess there would have been rebels all throughout history, right? You know, it's not till now that somebody was like, I'm standing up for a different, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird to think that there would be, but also why wouldn't there be? Someone had to get bored, right? Someone had to be like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, every time frame had some kind of Rosie the Riveter, like, I'm going to do the Mulan thing.
She's an amazing tracker. She's really good, does have a knack for it. Her father, I guess, passed away because we never see him. And he gave her a little hatchet. And
boy, she loves sharpening the shit out of that thing.
Well, you know what? What do you got to do? There's no TV. You sharpen your tools.
Hey,
Is this
Mom,
ready?
I'm gonna go down to the basement, sharpen the axe.
Let me get it ready. There's nothing else to do. I'm just gonna get this ready.
Practice medicine, apparently.
Also, like, you know, you live in the woods. Like, at any moment, there's a big fucking mountain lion that could possibly eat you.
It was weird.
You sharpen the tools.
I didn't like that they called it a lion, and I get mountain lions are the same thing. It just was. It felt weird, like misplaced. Like, but who am I?
I would have. I mean, I would have been like, that sounds weird if they were like big cat, because they shouldn't know what cats are either. So what do they call it?
Mean son of a bitch.
The meow roar.
Yo, when it fucking sucked that kid down. Jesus Christ. Here's what I learned from this movie, Prey. It's not the predator that these fucking people had to worry about.
That's why you're always sharpening your tool. That's why it's always got to stay ready, because there's a coyote or the biggest bear I've ever seen in my life. Like, if there was the most intimidating thing in this movie, it was that bear, because that bear gave no fucks and tried to murder everything.
And it was like the most fucking athletic thing ever.
Yo, I like that the wind blew and it was like, who the fuck is here? Someone's here.
Bitches be stepping in my fucking area.
Who the fuck? Huh? You?
I was looking at this fucking salmon. It looked real good. And now you smell mighty fine. No.
My first notes for this movie is cute dog plus 10 points. Hurt dog minus 5 points. Feed puppy plus 7 points.
I will say that if it wasn't for Nuru's nosy ass, we would not. I don't think they would have ever come across the predator. I don't think that the predator would have ever come across them. He was in a different hunting area because she had to go a day and a half of tracking to find him.
Yeah,
he was not in their area.
Well, he had to be somewhere close because
they didn't run into the French.
Well, I mean, because they would have eventually.
Okay, There
They
was
went out
early
because the
on there was a
lion
trap.
too.
And
Yeah.
there was a trap. Okay, so maybe they were in the area of the. I don't think. I think that with. If Nuru hadn't gone out to hunt,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we would have ever had to. The predator would have murdered the French. The Native Americans would have come across them and been like,
I mean, at
what the
some
fuck,
point,
slaughtered these people, and then been done.
someone would have went out hunting and he would have seen it, right? Like, I can't imagine that deer are just walking through past the teepees. Like, they have to go out a little distance to find some animals.
Well, the other thing is that for the most part, like they came across the buffalo, and immediately I was like, that's not the predator,
Right?
and
You're led to feel that way, kind of.
Yeah, I think they were trying to be like, ooh, look, this might have been the predator, but there was the shell casing next to it.
It was a cigar.
Oh, was that what it was? I couldn't tell what it was. Sorry, I
Yeah,
had to watch all
hard.
of it on my phone. My wife didn't want to watch it, so I had to watch everything on my phone.
It was hard to tell, but I had to find other clips and shit and break it down.
But like, I think that both the Native Americans and the predator have a respect built within, like a cultural respect. And I think we've seen that in the predator before. Because in other episodes, or like other movies with the predator, they generally are very like, they just want to hunt and prove that they're an apex.
They have a code.
Right. And so I think that like, and that's shown by like when the predator even kills, it like removes parts and it like decimates it. And then the tribe, when they do it, they use everything. And so like, I think that had Nuru not gone out specifically like, no, I know there's something out there. This fucking lightning keeps appearing. I'm going to go find it. I feel like it just would have been like one of those things where like, they wouldn't have shot at him. Like, I mean, the French were like setting out traps and trying to catch this thing. They knew something was up.
Yeah. Here's why I don't think so. Because my understanding is the predator doesn't fight you until he feels you're a threat.
Right.
That's why he left her alone when she got into the bear trap. But anytime you had a weapon, it would look at you and then would zone into the weapon and then it would go, okay, you're gonna die now because you are now a threat. So if I had a knife, whatever they were using to root up the fucking vegetables, anything that's sharp enough, he's gonna see it as a threat, and I think the fight continues.
Right, that's fair.
Yeah,
but she had at one point when she screamed at him, she had the gun in her hand. She just didn't know what to do with it when she like tried to get his attention, and he still didn't attack her. Like he just looked at her and was like, get away.
Are you talking about
when her brother then speared the fuck out of him, which was a fantastic move?
That was because he couldn't see her.
Right. Never mind. No. She hadn't taken the medicine yet. In the camp, when her brother was still fighting, I thought she hadn't taken the medicine until after.
She took it behind the tree, and then she took it again when she was.
Okay. When she was preparing,
jacking up that guy. Yeah.
Fuck.
So, Naru is like, hey, there's something big here. I saw a thunderbird, which is like a cool, like, Native American, like, mythical creature. Just a big fucking bird. Which, I guess, to be fair, you have no technology and you see this thing. That's obviously the god that we've spoken of. I really liked all the cast. I think everybody did well. I didn't like the asshole Rufio looking guy, but you're obviously not supposed to.
Why did we both just be like, all right, Rufio?
Because he's the man with the feather in his head. Yeah.
No, it was a solid cast.
Yeah, I liked the look of the primal predator. It makes sense. This was so long. This was,
He still had that guiding systems though, man. Like at that point, you should have some technology.
I think it's shitty that you're trying to prove yourself as an amazing predator and you turn yourself invisible, but whatever.
Agreed. No, there's a lot of things about him that I'm like, all right, you're so fucking great. Here's these giant tools that you're using against this primitive ass. These people that are shot a musket and like, fuck, all right, reload.
Here's your homing fucking needle that you don't know how it works.
That just blows through shit, right? That you don't, that you use, and then you're like dumbfounded. They're like, wait, what? This happened? Shit.
Let's just talk about scenes because I feel like we're all over the place anyway.
Yeah.
Is there a favorite scene, a least favorite scene? You talked to me a little bit about the language barrier and not liking certain parts there.
Yeah. So my initial complaint was that like there's probably 30 minutes. I said 45. I was being ridiculous, I think, but I think there's about 30 minutes of. I think there's about 30 minutes collectively that you could compress together that's all been spoken in either French or Comanche. And originally I was like, all right, like from an artistic standpoint, Cleve brought up like, they're trying to, from her perspective, but then they wouldn't have spoken English if that was the case. To which then Cleve and I found out there's an entire Comanche, like there's a whole full dubbed Comanche version of it. Had I known that was the case, I would have watched that. Just because I feel like that then would have been the artistic vision that they were going for.
Yeah. I mean, I think that because, sometimes you just don't want to watch fucking subtitles. But, I mean, it's a broader audience, right? If you make them speak English.
Fair.
There were certain words that I feel like just don't translate, and that's why they were spoken in Comanche. And then I actually appreciated that the rest of their stuff was just in French, because I hate when we're just both speaking English to one another. Like, and there's no reason why we should be. But they had one man who spoke a lot of different languages and could translate. And so I'm like, okay, that's how you get over the hump, but still stay true to it, I guess.
He may have been my least favorite character, by the way. He was sniveling and weird, and I didn't like him.
It was fun. What did he?
He seemed like, why? Because he seemed like the guy, had you given him long enough time, he was the guy that stabbed you in the back later.
Maybe.
Like, had she carried him on her back all the way back to her village to help him, he then would have been like, look, predators are right here. Don't kill me, though.
I don't think he's my least favorite, but I think it's because what did he really have time to prove? Like, one way or the other. He didn't prove he was shitty. He didn't prove he was a good man. He was just there for some plot points, and then we moved on.
Very fair. He was there to teach her how to use a gun.
I think the asshole Native American was my least favorite character.
The one that beat the shit out of the girl. You're fucking coming home with me, bitch.
Fucking sucker punched her maybe twice.
He beat the shit out of her. Jesus Christ. Golly, beat the shit out of her.
And we include the French because we needed a scene where the Predator could just go ape shit on some people, and we would not feel bad at all. And
they know how to speak to us Americans. Kill the French.
And
time period wise, it made sense, guys.
Yeah, they scalped a field of buffalo. I think I tried to pause and count. There was like 20 dead buffalo.
That's some shit I would do in fucking Red Dead Redemption. That's some sick fucking shit.
Or Oregon Trail, but yeah. And then that was a lot of cool scenes, and that I think the best, easiest one within the trailer is when he tried to come up with the axe. He just kind of fucking like slapped it up and then killed him with it. Get out of my way! You are the least important person in this entire fight.
I will say it felt like a slow build up. If I had one actual genuine complaint, because I actually really like this movie. If I had one genuine complaint, I think there was a slow build. I get we were doing character development on, it's Naru, right? Or Naru?
Naru, Naru.
No, I know we were doing like a character development on Naru and kind of like explaining why she wants to be who she is, but like I think we could have established it from like the lion story, like from the lion moment on. We could have easily just not had to have the part before.
Well, yeah, there was the the waking her up to go to the field, and then they did it again to kind of give you like this is the mundane day after day shit she's got to do. Like they don't really see her as a team player because she doesn't want to do the women's jobs, and um I'm trying to think of what the beginning gave us.
Her medicine saved a guy. They just wanted to give that to like so you could see the effect of the medicine, and that she knew medicine.
Her knowledge of it, yeah. The hawk or owl. I'm gonna say hawk. The hawk kill.
Yeah, it was a red-tailed hawk,
which shows that she can kill, but she's smarter about it because her brother, without even really aiming, which is impressive. Not that it really happened, but and shoots the hawk from miles and miles away, and she's like, "Good job. Now you have to go get it." I was waiting for it to circle back around,
right?
So we didn't have to go get it.
It's like Cleve on the Flyers and Apex.
Yeah,
like Kundalini.
Yep, that's the exact same way.
I do want to point out that like
we doggy.
Did this. What?
We get a relationship with her doggy.
Sorry was his name.
Yeah.
I want to point out that she stumbled into. So there's been a lot of complaints that like about this movie so far. The biggest complaint is that like the first Predator took like 6 or 7 like giant commandos, like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger style, murder to kill one. And so then they're all upset that Naru did that. But the point is exactly what Cleve said, which is that like Naru was smarter. Like she very much was skilled, but like also thought things through. But she did luck into one thing and didn't end up utilizing it. And it became almost a pointless part in the movie when she stumbled into the mud pit. So Arnold did the same thing. He fell into mud and then realized, oh shit, he can't see me in the mud. Cool, let's fucking use mud.
I was waiting for that to come up.
Right. And I was
and I'm sure that was on purpose, right? They purposely made her fall in so that you'd be like, oh, and then it wouldn't even be the whole point.
Yeah, and it never ended up really, other than at one point she then drags him into it, but didn't fucking do anything. It didn't stop him. It didn't slow him down. It just literally, he was like, all right, I'm here.
Well, it caused him to use the long range because he couldn't get to her. So he was like, all right, I'm gonna fucking shoot you. And then...
All right, I'd buy that. That was the need for it.
That was the only... And I've heard complaints that the end was too fast. I've heard the complaints that like, oh, how convenient that all these things happen. But everything that she did to... Because I also really like this movie. To me, everything that she did to take down the Predator at the end was observations that she made literally through the entire.
Yeah.
She used everything that she saw. She's like, okay, he climbs the trees, he jumps like this. I'm gonna put these spikes here, and he's gonna run into these spikes, and he's not gonna like it
because she had seen the tree where they were like, oh, it's a bear, and she's like, no, that's not a fucking bear. Right? No, yeah, she, and that's the whole point, and that's like everybody's like, how can this girl do it? Right? Of course, that's what it ends up becoming. By the way,
yeah, it does, unfortunately.
But that's just it. Like, it's the idea that like here I am planning every ounce of it out, and it's the same reason why Batman will kill Superman 9 out of 10 times,
right?
Because Batman's planning it out. I think that might have been my favorite part, and it was super quick. But yeah, when he went to go jump for the tree and was like, fucking spikes all over it. What the fuck?
Because he's not. I also assume that when they drop them off like that they're like teenagers, right? They're like the younger.
That's always the vibe that I got, and in fact, in AVP, that is kind of the vibe they give. Is like here's the adult. Like you'll have 2 like tribe leaders, and then you'll have like 4 or 5 youngins that are there to prove their point. And it's again mirror for mirror, very similar to the Comanche, like that whole. I'm gonna I don't remember the word that they use, but it's essentially the big hunt that they go after that proves that they are a hunter. It's the same thing. So like that's why I almost felt like there's this weird mutual respect that would have existed, that like the Predator would have been like, you're cool, don't worry about it.
But I guess at the same time though, like what's he there for? Not to be like, oh y'all are all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at the same point,
he's there to find the meanest. He's eventually
gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, he's there to find the meanest, baddest mofo. And he found them big ass fucking Frenchmen.
And he had his way with them. I will give the Frenchman discipline on like the other French running for their lives and them staying hidden underneath the like dirt and shit, because I would have left earlier.
When they caught him with that bear trap, I was like, oh shit, we did
Yeah.
something. And he did too. He was like, yeah. And then it was, whoa, I'm dead. Like, well, bye.
Yeah, you watched a man get killed with a bear trap thrown to his face.
Best kill in the whole fucking movie. It was the best kill in the whole movie. When he threw it up in the air and went wham.
I thought there was a lot of good shots in here too. Like when she was going against the mountain lion and the mountain lion was on one branch and she was on another branch, and it kind of took a side view and the moon was in the back and the trees and the silhouettes. I thought that was really nice.
It was well done. I don't know that I give Hulu a lot of credit. I'm trying to think of something that they've done that like I was like, oh, I should have given more credit. But like this
not
is the first
movies,
time.
Shows.
Maybe yeah
not movies.
No.
There's another movie about a princess who can like beat people up. I thought about watching that one, but
oh yeah, I heard it was really bad.
There we go.
I heard it was really bad.
But you know what? We're in an age now where like Netflix movies are being, recognized
Top-notch,
like at the Academy and Oscars and shit. Trying to think of what else. The bear scene where she had to dive into a beaver dam to, keep from getting mauled. And then the bear, who might be the toughest character in this movie.
Yo, I for a second genuinely thought, because it was going slow up until then, and I thought, you know what? How crazy would it be if it's the bear that kills the predator? And like this was just a whole story about like them coming across each other.
Yeah, it was just because you know what it is. It's oh shit, look at this bear. Oh shit, it killed this bear.
Yeah, that's exactly what it would end up being.
And then you're really like, okay, I'm putting things in perspective now, because if it can drop this bear,
that bear straight fucking tackled him and just started gnawing at his side. And
then the predator punched it in the face, and it didn't know what to do after that. It was like, oh god.
How about when
they picked it up and split it in half?
When he had the hunters, the Comanche hunters that were going, and they were dragging her back, right? They were bringing Naru back, and then the predator shows up, and one of them, she's like, "Cut me loose, please!" And he looks there, and goes, "Stay down, I've got this." And he jumps over, fucking dead almost immediately. Like, bro, please, you should have just let me go.
Yeah, well, why? Why are we doing this? Why are we not?
We're part of the same tribe.
I think all hands on deck at this point.
Right. Like, we're homies. Let me out.
I liked her hatchet lasso. It felt, I don't know. It was weird to me that she built it before like a big fight. But I guess, again, also, she's smarter. She said, okay, I'm taking a lot of time running back and getting this hatchet. Let me just... She did start whipping it around really easy. I don't know if that's just genetically athletic or what.
The one thing that seemed off, and like, it's a Predator movie, Michael. Get the fuck over it. There's fucking aliens and shit. Because this is a standard styled weapon from Asian culture. Is a knife or a kunai attached to it, attached to a string, and that's a thing.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense with an axe. There's not a balance to it, which then creates a real issue, because there's one point in time, I think it's the French she's fighting, she throws an axe and then yanks it and hits the guy behind her with the axe. And the likelihood of the blade going this way and then coming back and perfectly being like, yep, I got him too, is real tough to buy. Like a kunai kind of makes more sense. It's a balanced blade, like it's a spear type action. There's a fluidity to it. You pulling back on an axe, it's gonna flop back at you.
Well, you know what? If the blood inside hits him, as long as it hits him, I guess I'm not.
As long as something hits him, and it's
if I take this hatchet and I go at a nice momentum and it hits you inside of the head, even if it's the blood side, I'll probably drop you at least for a couple minutes.
Yeah, and we've talked about before. Everybody knows how to fight until you get punched in the nose.
Yeah,
so if that fucker hit you in the face.
50-50. Let's see what side you get.
Because there was a time where she swung it and it didn't work the way she wanted to do. So like there is like they did bring a little bit of it. Just was like that one moment when she happened to hit the guy and then snap it back and hit the guy behind her with the sharp end. I was like, but honestly, if that's the one like I had, I've seen a lot worse.
I got into a stupid argument online.
No, not you. An argument online.
Well, because I was like, this is a good movie. I was like, and the fact that it's free, it's a 10. And someone was like, you have to pay for the subscription. I'm like, okay, it's like Netflix at this point. Everybody's got Hulu.
Right. If you don't have a homie hooking you up with Hulu, you're not.
And they're not charging you for it. Like, I think I was like, well, I don't understand why you're not getting this. But it's like
this is content they're making and giving to you for free.
It's like if I went to a place that sold ice cream and I bought a bowl of ice cream and they're like, all these toppings are free. Cool, because I just bought ice cream. But now I'm getting all these extra things. I can fill a whole bowl with gummy bears, and that's free because of what I bought. And that's what's happening here, people. It's not like,
honestly, it'd be like buying a cone of ice cream and then being like, hey, we also have this other cone you can have. Because like it's not even a part of like the expectation, especially for Hulu. It's not a part of the expectation. Right. Netflix is originally just movies, like, or in like cataloged seasons.
Hulu's thing is pushing out current shows that are already showing, and then some original series here and there, which I can think of one. I don't know how many you have on the top of your head, but Hulu originals, I can think of one. Maybe.
Reservation Dogs, which is actually a really good one.
FX.
Oh, I thought it was Hulu. Huh? All right, well.
Exactly. Handmaid's Tale is the only one I can think of.
The Hulu original?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
But that's the point, right? Like, this is not. They're just kind of dabbling in a little bit, and
fucking FX on Hulu. God.
Yeah.
Those bastards. So yeah, Reservation Dogs, by the way. If you've never watched that, it's really good. They just started a new season.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it. I have not started it yet, though. But yeah, like how Disney Plus was like, hey, you want to watch Mulan? $30. Hey, you want to watch Black Widow? $30. They could have done that. And some people might have watched it. Some people might not have watched it.
Cleve would have waited 18 months until it was free.
I would have. I definitely would have. I've not. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen because I'm not going to go to the theater for it. And
man, I'm really sad about not seeing Thor yet.
I know. But you know what? Just wait a little bit longer.
You're not wrong.
Lightyear is on Disney Plus right now.
Is it?
Yes.
Yo, I'm about to go watch Lightyear.
I'm telling you, like, why would I go when you're going to put it on here?
That's fair.
But I don't know. People are just weird like that.
You know why? Because I own stock in AMC. Go fucking watch movies, you guys.
No, it's okay. Thanks. Or another guy was like, oh, you don't have $10 to pay for a movie? How are they supposed to make good movies if you don't pay? And I was like, please miss me with the feeling bad for these companies thing, because that's not the angle you're going to get me on.
Never.
Like, I'm sorry that you had to spend $2 million out of your $1 billion to make a movie to test the waters, just even see if it was good. And this one didn't have a big budget and was amazing. So
they almost finished fucking Backrow and canceled it. They don't give a fuck about the money, guys.
Yep. 90, what was that, like 99? Was it 9 or 90 million? That was a big number.
It was 90 million, yeah.
Down the drain. Didn't care less.
Could have released
because
they wanted.
Because
it
was almost didn't. But we're gonna let
Ezra Miller, the piece of shit,
the kidnapping Flash, put his movie out.
Fucking Garbage City Kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Sidetrack again. I thought it was a good movie. I didn't see Predators.
I did not see Predators. I feel like I need to go see that now because I think it's on HBO Max.
I don't remember it doing well, but the point.
I know it did terrible. I knew. Yeah, it definitely did terrible. I just might as well finish the series.
The point I'm making with that is, had that been on Hulu and it came out, I might have watched it. You know what I mean?
We have, especially during the height of the height of the pandemic. We watched a lot of weird shit, guys. You could have fucking pumped anything at us, and we've been like, look at this.
Yo, I found a show on Hulu, and it was like rated R, like Power Rangers hunting like big alien bugs. It was fucking weird.
See?
I don't.
You'd be watching some weird shit. I've been watching some weird ass fucking anime. There's shit out there, guys.
Yeah. But all in all, I give this movie a hard 8. I mean, the only thing that, to me, that maybe would have made it better is I don't know. I couldn't have fixed anything. I know you had like little things here and there,
Yeah,
but
I could have used
again,
more
there
action,
were little things here and there.
But like, I think that the end action was good enough to pay off for the rest of it.
Yeah, I, not being a huge Predator fan, I think it's top 2 Predator movies.
Yeah, Katie hates the Predators. You wouldn't even watch it with me. I just sat there on my phone on the fucking couch like, do.
That's another thing I heard. It's not as good as the book. I'm like, well, no, but I don't want to read. So if I wanted to read, I would probably watch the Comanche dubbed version.
It's not better than the book. What book? The Predator book? Like the Prey? Is there a Prey book?
Apparently.
Could it be Eat, Pray, Love? But with the Predator?
I'll find the name of it. Keep talking.
You remember when they did Pride
sent it to me?
Remember when they did Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies?
I mean, I remember the book. I don't remember.
Yeah, they made a movie. Pride and Prejudice was originally a book, and then they made a movie, and they were like, I love it. It's amazing.
I didn't know they made a movie of it.
And then they said, let's make it with zombies. And then they did. They made it with zombies. Let's make Eat, Pray, Love with the Predator.
I'd look at that crossover.
I'm telling you. Was that Julia Roberts in Eat, Pray, Love?
Yeah.
Julia Roberts fighting some aliens?
AVP Prey is what he sent me. But it could be full of shit. I didn't fact check it.
Here's the thing. Okay, it was better than the book. Okay, cool. You know what? Like sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. There's things about Harry Potter that weren't great, but you know what? I can watch those movies. I ain't ever gonna fucking read the books again. I read it one time. I'll never fucking read it again. You know what? There are times where the movie's better than the books, and a lot of people don't talk about that shit. The Boys, the comic book is fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's like a crude 8-year-old wrote it.
I'm telling you, I don't even know. I feel like
if I had to say, I would highly recommend watching it. It's good. It's a super strong representation of the Native American community, which is great because that's still really rare. It's fucking free if you have Hulu already. Yeah, like I can't sing its praises enough. Good stuff. I didn't like the noise the Predators make.
Yeah, we're talking about Prey right now, Crit. I love that sound, but he didn't make it enough. And the subtitle said growl.
I feel like I heard
I don't even know how to
much.
describe it.
I think I took the subtitles off.
Yo, I had like sick fucking, I had my nice headphones on and shit, and it was just like in my ear. It was good.
I did hear that. I saw someone say if you watch it with a pair of like really good headphones, you're gonna have a really good time with it.
It was crisp sound. It was. I'm telling you, I agree with Cleve. 8.
You know what?
Easily.
Fuck it. It's a 10.
No, I would say 10. 8.5. 8.5 is the highest I'd go, I think.
And you know what? It's not a long movie.
It's not.
Which I feel like people are scared to make short movies now.
It's 8.5, and it's only because I saw another fucking movie that somebody suggested to us that fucking blew my mind out of the water.
Yep.
I can't recover from watching this other movie, guys.
It hit me in a lot of places that I wasn't ready for.
And I want to see Nope, too. That's the other one that I need to see before I can determine how the movie goes. But anyways, you guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, let us know what you guys thought about this movie. If you've already seen it, down below in the comments. Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe. If you guys didn't know, we have a YouTube channel where we post episodes every week. You can see episodes like this right here that we just live recorded on our Twitch channel. If you guys have any suggestions, we're up for all kinds of shit. We watched we got a movie. We got an episode coming out soon. That's about a movie that we watched thanks to someone that just was like, "Hey, you should watch this."
And not just movies.
Not just movies. We talk about anything: comic books, movies, whatever you got for us, guys. Pop culture, the topics you don't want to talk about. We talked about Kevin Conroy coming out and his whole series about how hard it was to be an openly gay voice actor in the superhero industry. We're talking about all kinds of stuff. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight's episode. If you guys are watching on Twitch right now, we will be starting video games in about 5 to 10 minutes once we get everything set up. Otherwise, I have been Michael.
This is Cleve. Quick, give your best predator noise. Do it.
I can't.
Don't think.
Clicks and stuff. I don't have it. No, I don't have it.